Backlash.
Backlash.
It is in the books for 2026. I'm going to give you my thoughts on Backlash, but I want to know your thoughts on Backlash. Leave a comment down below with what you thought of the show. Hello everybody, welcome to Zeus Backstage. My name is Zeus. If you are new to the channel, please give us a like and a subscribe. Now let's get into Backlash. We began the show with Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker. Now, I wasn't really sure how this one was going to go. I actually predicted Seth Rollins to win this one because I didn't know what they were going to do after this going forward. I thought this was a great way to open the show on the free version of ESPN 2+. I don't know what it is, I'm from the UK. And this was a great match between these two. A little rough at parts, but you could tell both have a bit of ring rust after being injured for quite a bit of time. But this felt great. This was a great opening match. Both really brought it. And we got Bron Breakker as the winner. I would say thanks to interference from the Vision, but didn't really play too much of a part. I thought it did after Bron hit that spear after Seth Rollins was distracted, but you could tell it wasn't really his strongest spear. Eventually, he got the win with his strong, fast 23-mile-an-hour spear. Now, the question is, what do we do going forward now? I think that they are going to carry on running this back, because on the post-show, Seth Rollins said that one of his goals was to end the story with the Vision, and also to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So I do think we get more in this. Seth Rollins will get his win back. He will get his way through the Vision before eventually targeting Roman Reigns, which has been teased, and it wouldn't surprise me if that is your SummerSlam match. Do they run this back at King of the Ring? Is that how Seth Rollins gets to Roman Reigns, by beating Bron Breakker in the finals of King of the Ring at Night of Champions? Who knows, but we'll see. The Gingerbread Man is no longer with us, sadly. Or is he? Was it Lil Yachty all along? I don't know. Anyway, the ridiculousness and unseriousness of the Gingerbread Man storyline has kind of overshadowed this one. I don't know what you thought of it. I know it was very polarizing on social media. I got a kick out of it. I thought it was funny. It was a bit ridiculous and over the top, but it felt like it was done deliberately so. But eventually we got to Backlash, and we had this match for a rematch for the United States Championship between Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. The match was fine. I thought it was quite predictable. I didn't think there was any chance of Sami Zayn winning this match. And Lil Yachty obviously got involved, and he's back in the storyline now. I thought he would be gone after WrestleMania, but it looks like he's kind of here to stay. So I guess we'll just have to see, whether your opinion on celebrities in wrestling is good or bad. It looks like he might be here to stay, so we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, nothing special here. It did what it needed to do. We now get to get both guys moving on to bigger things, hopefully. I actually think that even though Sami Zayn lost, it makes sense for him to be in a program with Cody Rhodes as the next challenger if he can fully facilitate his heel turn that he's kind of been teasing on television. As for Trick Williams, there were "We Want Mellow" chants outside the arena in the post-show. Now, both of them are basically baby faces now. Trick obviously is way more popular and way more over. You just have to look at his entrance in this match, which was probably the best thing about the entire thing, to be honest. He looked incredible. And we haven't seen Carmelo Hayes or Ilya Dragunov for a long time on SmackDown, so I honestly don't know where Trick Williams goes from here. But I guess we'll have to see. I mean, SmackDown's going to be interesting now that they've done so much of this gingerbread stuff for weeks and weeks of television going, before WrestleMania. Now it's time for something brand new, so I'm very interested to see where Trick Williams in particular goes from here. Suppose we better talk about this. In the UK, we have this thing called Marmite, which is a yeast extract, a Vegemite type product. And its tagline is, you either love it or you hate it. And I have a feeling that this particular tagline is going to apply to many people who watched this match, which was Danhausen and his mystery partner versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. There was speculation going into this as to who Danhausen's mystery partner was going to be. CM Punk, Royce Keys, Sheamus, a whole host of other people, Jelly Roll. I'm kind of glad it wasn't Jelly Roll, to be honest. But it was revealed that Danhausen's mystery partner was, as we know him in WWE terms, El Torito, or Mascarita Dorada in AAA. This came about as a result of Danhausen attempting to clone himself, and the result turned out to be a 4-foot luchador. I love pro wrestling. Now, of course, this was very strange, and did WWE need to do a mystery angle for this? They haven't been very good at mystery angles recently, and I thought this was a strange one. The match itself was exactly as you'd expect. It was full of comedy, it was unserious, it was funny in parts. I thought The Miz doing a skull-crushing finale on the 4-foot luchador, hoisting him into the air, doing it basically mid-air, was pretty funny. But ultimately, could this match have been saved for a SmackDown? And could this have been replaced with something else? Maybe the women's 6-man tag? Possibly. But I don't think it did any harm, although it probably was... in terms of a wrestling perspective, probably the least exciting thing on the show. But in terms of a crowd reaction, this got an absolutely insane reaction all the way through. It got even more ridiculous towards the end when Kit Wilson threw Mascarita Dorada or El Torito back into the cloning machine, and then out came mini Danhausens, the ones we saw at WrestleMania, which just took this ridiculousness to the next level for this match. Ultimately, Danhausen and El Torito got the win, as we all expected. I don't think The Miz and Kit Wilson had any chance of winning here. This was strange. It's been a very strange couple of days for SmackDown, definitely. SmackDown and Raw seem so different at the moment, and SmackDown definitely seems to be leaning into the over-the-top, ridiculous, unserious comedy stuff. Raw, not so much. What do you think about it? Leave a comment with your thoughts on the ridiculousness that is coming out of SmackDown in 2026. That, of course, means Danhausen has a 100% record in WWE at the moment. Danhausen, I think, has been entertaining. I don't know what he does long-term. Again, we'll have to see what he does next. But this thing with Miz and Kit Wilson definitely served a purpose. Whether you like it or not, that's up to you. I thought it was fine. I'm actually going to deviate from the Marmite analogy. I didn't love it or hate it. I was kind of in the middle. But let me know what you think. John Cena graced us with his presence to deliver some history-making news. A lot of people thought this was going to be due to WWE Club, but I kind of thought to myself, we've had a lot of this on television already. We've seen a lot of adverts and commercials for WWE Club and what it might be. So I think that doing that as his announcement would have been quite underwhelming, and I think they knew that. I don't think anybody predicted what we got here. John Cena announced that there will be a John Cena Classic. This will be an event that will feature NXT talent versus WWE talent, which comes with a new championship. Now, a lot of people were confused about this because John Cena mentioned that the winner of this classic will be decided by the fans whether the wrestlers win or lose, which seems odd. What this says to me is that this will not be a tournament, so to speak. This will just be a showcase, a night where there are various matches of NXT talent versus WWE talent on the main roster, and then fans will get to vote with who they connected with the most out of the NXT talent, win, lose, or draw. It seems quite convoluted. I'm not really sure what I think about it. However, what I am happy about is anything that gets more spotlight on NXT talent, and I think when you look at what they did at John Cena's final match at Saturday night's main event, the spotlight given to Sol Ruka, Obafemi, and Javon Evans, and you look at where they are now, you must think this is a good thing for everything NXT related. Let me know what you think of the idea in the comments, and also let me know what kind of matches you'd want to see NXT versus WWE for the John Cena Classic. The match of the night came from Io Sky and Asuka, as probably a lot of us expected. Now, this one had quite a strange feeling going into it with the lack of Kairi Sane and whether this match should have been done at WrestleMania, as a lot of people wanted. And the crowd for the first part of this match were chanting, "We want Kairi," and I was worried that this was going to kind of hijack the match and take away from what these two could actually do in the ring. But it didn't have any effect, really. They absolutely delivered, both of these two, as we all knew they would. And they had a great match. It was definitely the best match of the night. I would say it was better than Seth versus Braun, just because Seth and Braun had a couple of rough edges, as we spoke about earlier, but Io and Asuka did not disappoint, and they went for a good 15 to 18 minutes here, which leads me to another topic, that the flow of this show, of Backlash, seemed to flow a lot better than WrestleMania did. WrestleMania had lots of stop-start, lots of short matches, lots of commercials, adverts, probably because of the scale of the show that it is. But Backlash only being 5 matches seemed to have a much better flow to it. And I hope this is what we get going forward. If they are going to stick to the 5-match structure, I would like them to go to a 6 or a 7 just to hit that middle ground. But Io and Asuka did not disappoint. Great match. And the big talking point at the end was they seemed to make up and make friends. Asuka came to Io with a handshake, they hugged, Asuka got very emotional, and now there are reports, whether you believe them or not, coming out from social media that Asuka may be semi-retired. She's had a great career in WWE, she's not getting any younger, unfortunately. If this is her final contribution in WWE, then she will no doubt go down as one of the all-time greats. As for Io Sky, you can imagine that she has to be back in that title picture anytime soon, especially with Liv Morgan as champion. Io Sky versus Liv Morgan sets up a great feud between a really good heel and a beloved babyface. The main event of Backlash saw Roman Reigns defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Jacob Fatu. Again, this was quite a predictable one. I don't think anybody predicted Roman to lose the championship so soon after winning it. And also, I don't think anybody knew that the inclusion of Jacob Fatu would be what we'd get for Backlash. So with the result not really in question, what I was really looking for here was what was going to happen after the match. I personally thought we were going to get Jacob fall in line much like Jey Uso did all those years ago, and Jacob would become part of this new iteration of the bloodline as an enforcer type, but no. We got the opposite. Roman Reigns, of course, did win this match by hook or by crook, and there was a confusing ref bump in this match. I thought when the ref went down, there were going to be some shenanigans with the Usos, but the ref kind of just got back up and carried on, which made me think, was this an accidental ref bump? They did their finishers, they kicked out of everything, until Roman Reigns pulled off the turnbuckle, threw Jacob into it, and finished him with a spear. 1, 2, 3. So after the match, here comes the Bloodline Cinema, as it always does. Jacob Fatu basically gets up and almost no-sells the spear that put him down for the 3 count, and just attacks Roman Reigns, putting him in the Tongan death grip multiple times, being separated by producers. Adam Pearce came out, he got thrown out of the ring for his troubles, and Jacob Fatu was relentless in attacking Roman Reigns after the match before leaving Roman in the ring. Now, the only other thing we got here was Roman Reigns at the post-show was interviewed by Kathy Kelly up the ramp, saying that Jacob Fatu, this would be his last night in the company, and this is why we didn't want him here in the first place. So keep an eye on that for Monday Night Raw. Overall, I thought Backlash was a solid show, wasn't anything amazing. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. WWE's kind of been on a very safe road at the moment, very predictable, very safe, not really much pushing the boat out to do something extraordinary on these B-level shows. But I did think what we got here was solid enough. I don't think anything really disappointed. The matches were fine, and there are some questions coming out of it where we can think, where are things going from here? So Monday Night Raw and SmackDown should answer those questions. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Backlash, and please give that like button a hit and subscribe to the channel for more wrestling content. See you later.